that in every court in America, there is an insurance company for the court. Did you know that? That every court is insured by a privately owned insurance company.
Liability insurance.
Yeah, it's a company called CRIS, C-R-I-S, which stands for Court Registry Investment System, run by a secret group of bankers called CUSIP, C-U-S-I-P, which stands for the Committee on Uniform Securities Identification Procedures. CUSIP, Committee on Uniform Security Identification Procedures.
Okay.
Which is the insurance guys who run the
Give us the acronym.
C-U-S-I-P. And they are the powers behind CRIS, C-R-I-S, Court Registry Investment System. If the judge can find you guilty of a felony, he gets paid by the insurance company.
There it is.
At the end of the year, he gets a check for every single person he has found with a felony, that he's guilty of a felony. He gets paid by the Court Registry Investment System, which is overseen by the Committee for the Uniform Securities Identification Procedures. So what I'm saying is that there is an insurance company that is operating behind the scenes in courts where the judges are paid to find you guilty. And they are paid large sums of money at the end of the year for each person that they can pin a felony on. So that's why the judges are very quick to throw out penalties and say that you're a felon and find you guilty of felony, because of the Court Registry Investment System, which pays them a lot of money at the end of the year that you're not supposed to know about, for finding you guilty. Why? Because your body is on security on the New York Stock Exchange. This has to do with some really off-the-wall, dark stuff going on in courts that most people have no idea about. Incredible.
Clueless. This is really amazing. Now, for you to come up with something that you didn't already know about, one wonders how many other things may be out there. But we know that the ticket writing industry is simply revenue raising. That's what it is. But now we're getting kickbacks to the judges to enforce this this crap, and make it worse on people, ruin their lives for a buck.
Okay, when you look in the government, they don't use natural remedies for anything. One, they can't patent anything from nature, but they only use stuff that is artificially created. Everything in the public is an artificiality. Artificial persons, artificial food, artificial, just artificial everything. Legal fiction entities, everything that they deal with is artificial. Artificial intelligence. That's the public. The public is the world of fictions. Right? The private world is the world of the real people. That's why they say it's God's law is operates on there, because God deals with real people. Statutes deal with corporations. People are not real. So it's called the Uniform Commercial Code, because you're dealing with legal fiction entities. There are only 7 different entities that are operating in the public, and that's an individual, an estate, a corporation, a company, a partnership, a trust. You know, those are the things that are operating in the public. All right, so it's like you got to use one of those entities. This is a game. It's a commerce game. So you got to know how to play the game. That's why my show was called Rules to the Game. You got to know how to play the game. The Uniform Commercial Code is just the instructions. It's just like when you're playing Monopoly. The state's not a party to the action. Somebody else is. It's civil action. The affidavit establishes what you assert to be the truth. It doesn't become a fact till the other side doesn't rebut it, or you go through a fact finding and they make a determination. Facts in court are through stipulations. And if you can't reach a stipulation, then you have to go before a fact trier. And fact triers are either a bench trial or a jury trial. A lot of people don't know what a fact is in the legal arena. They think just because they put together an affidavit, that's a fact. You gotta understand, it's negotiable instruments, monetization, man. Monetization, it all has to do with value. How is value being determined? And value, a real living soul always has value because you're capable of performing labor. That's how they monitor. How you think all these countries run? By borrowing money based off the future labor of all its citizens. And everything in the public deals with an artificial person. It's dealing with artificial. So if it's in the public, the cars, the thing about the automobiles, and I just got into a discussion with someone about this. The thing about the automobiles is if you want your automobile to be truly private and not a commercial vehicle, you're supposed to get it from the manufacturer without the VIN number. Once they put them VIN numbers on there, they already got them in the system. So it's like, it's like you really supposed to, when you really operating privately, you do everything yourself. You should be getting it from the manufacturer without the VIN number. That's what real people who get down, who do it, that's how they do it. So you have the manufacturer's statement of origin is with you and not with the state. The certificate of origin, you don't own it. Automobile's possession is 9/10 of the law. The other 1/10 is honor. And you really don't have, if you look at a car contract, I want y'all to read your car contract. On the back, they have something what's called confessed judgment, confession of judgment. You should know what that term means if we're dealing with automobiles, since y'all want to talk about automobiles. That means at any time that they feel insecure, they can come and get that car. Okay, you don't own the car unless you got the deed to it, the title to it. And the title is possession. It's about possession, not registration, not filling out affidavits, not doing all that shit. Do you have possession of the title in your hand? And do you have the manufacturer's statement of origin? You got both of those. If you're going to have a private vehicle, y'all, public and private don't mix, man. And you got to eliminate all those presumptions of them having any interest, what's called a minimum contact in your property, by severing all benefits and privileges that you're taking. If you're not going to do that, then the next best thing is to discharge debt. Why people can't see this as business? Because you know why? Because a lot of people are not businessmen and women. They don't have a business mindset. They got an employee mindset. Right? So that's the same thing with the UCC. If you want to do commerce, okay, the rules to the commerce game is the UCC. Read the goddamn instructions. You listening to people, they making up shit or what they done heard somebody else say or something like that. That's why all the confusion. That's why all the confusion. Article 3 of the Uniform Commercial Code deals with negotiable instruments. Negotiable instruments come from the law merchant. That's why you can go and get an American jurisprudence, and they have a section called bills and notes. Bills and notes is bills of exchange and promissory notes. You should read that document. As above, so below. It's on the spiritual, mental, and physical planes that interplay between masculine and feminine. That's why they call it a universal principle. It's universal. There is nothing in creation that doesn't incorporate the masculine and feminine. And that's another thing. If you're going to look at what these liberals are doing, what they're trying to do is they're trying to destroy any association with natural laws and bring about confusion, chaos, so they can bring order out of chaos and make a new world order. So all this you're seeing is chaos. It's just feminism. That's chaos. LGBTQ community. That's chaos. It's all chaotic. It's just chaos, man. It's chaos. They destroying society, and they're going to rebuild it back up the way they want to. And here's the thing about it. You're looked at as weak because the people, they understand that they can build the world that they want. Their willpower is stronger than everybody else's willpower. So they're going to will the kind of world that they want. And they're doing things to decrease your willpower, like fluoride. We all know that fluoride kills your willpower. But, one thing that will strengthen the willpower is like fasting, water fasting, and things like that. But that's all this is. It's just a battle of wills and see who has the stronger will. And right now they're forcing their will on all of you. It's a free will society. But the only man that is truly powerful is the man that can think for himself. If you're allowing somebody, I love what it said. He who controls the paradigm is God. He who controls the paradigm is God. It says the truth shall make you free. You're made free by knowing the truth. You're not set free. Becoming free is a process of realization. It's an internal process. When you free your mind, you become free. You're made free. Now go and study this stuff. We're in the age of information. The age of Aquarius represents the pouring out of knowledge. You're the age of information. Knowledge is being poured out to you, and you have these people, they're trying to keep y'all confined. Like they want you to use Google. Google it right now is the worst search engine in the world to utilize if you're trying to do research. It's the worst search engine in the world. They didn't restricted it and everything. They call it the dark web. The dark web used to be all the internet. You could find anything on the internet. Now they keep y'all restrained to social media platform. 70-80% of y'all don't even explore. Do you know that you only can see through Google about 10% of what's on the internet? And y'all don't even see that much because y'all stay on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all the social media networks. Do people like to be controlled? I think yes. I don't like the word controlled. I think people don't like to think. Thinking is a laborious activity. It's one of the most laborious activities that you can engage in. It's much more easier to allow somebody else to think for you. And then we have to qualify what constitutes thinking for yourself, because you could think that you're thinking for yourself, but are you truly? Because you could be influenced to think a certain way. This is why the superior man has to go through some sort of initiation and things like that so he can get to the point where he truly is exercising his free will, free of influence from other individuals.
At glgse7en@gmail.com. Free yourself today. We're excited to provide you with access to the most up-to-date technology and research that have successfully helped numerous individuals in the past. We're confident that they can do the same for you. Please don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions or concerns. We highly recommend reviewing our information packet, which contains cutting-edge and proven knowledge. We believe that access to this information is important for everyone, and we encourage you to share it with your friends and family.